Hello, welcome to another episode of Timesports On The Beat with me, K. Rajan of the New Straits Times. Today in the studio, we have a former Vice President of Football Coaches Association of Malaysia and ex-Penang goalkeeper, Datuk Richard Scully. Thank you, Datuk, for your making time to come to our session today. You've been very busy. You just told me you had a meeting morning and you came here. And then I hope you had a great weekend. We played some national team at some matches. Busy schedule. You made time to come attend our session today. As long as watching a lot of football as well, Datuk.
Yeah, sure.
So, Datuk, how you feel coming in to our session today?
Thank you very much, Rajan, for inviting me for this program. I think it has been quite some time, me coming on air and talking on podcast. But as being a pundit, as being a football lover, as being an observer in the country, things need to be addressed, things need to be acknowledged. And happy to be with you again, because the last, I think, 2 years back, we had the same thing, and you were also busy, as you mentioned on me. I think the same acknowledgement should go to you, the man on the ground, with full of knowledge. I would call you a walking encyclopedia.
Oh, not to that level, Datuk. I'm barely scratching the surface. People like you, ex-international, ex-player, administrator, technical, you are an all-rounder for me. So that's why I felt you would be the right person to talk about our topic today. So we're going to talk about the national team's recent 2 friendly matches. We beat Singapore 2-1 on September 4th, and yesterday we beat Palestine 1-0 in Johor Bahru. It's a great result, and we know we have a new coach, Peter Cklamovski, and we see that under his leadership, we have extended the team's unbeaten run to 5 matches, if I'm not mistaken. And how good do you see, looking at this, the bigger picture is qualifying for the Asia Cup?
Very true.
So how you see that?
I think, first of all, I got to congratulate Peter for actually having trust in the players that he have put on to call up for the call-ups. And of course, we all, at the first impression was, we were all happy, but we were not so excited yet to see, but we saw something that's happening in the national team with the naturalization player, and now highlighting our local players to come in, to blend into that environment, that chemistry. I think this is a good sign. This is a good sign for us. As you said, we played 5 matches, yes, but we must remember we played 1 closed door, and the result was not favouring us. How it went on, we didn't know, because it was a closed door. But nevertheless, all the other matches, it favoured us in the result, and that has indicated that the transformation of ecosystem football in Malaysia has some trust and some belief that yes, it is, because at the very beginning people were doubting, will it be happen, will the local boys will have a chance to play, those are the things who are bothering people's mind. But I think it is getting clearer now. It is getting clearer now that yes, it is the blend from the neutralization players plus the local players. It's happening. The first match against Singapore, I think they exhibited a confident match, which of course one lightning strike from Fendi's son from a distance to put that goal, but that was an excellent goal. We were just slacking at a split second of a time, so to speak. We thought it was over, but it was not over. It was the very last minute of the match that strike came in. So there was something to take from a pinch of salt there, because you can't take every minute. You cannot close your eye, cannot lapse. Exactly. And the second match against Palestine went the other way around. First 2 minutes, we already put in 1. And after which, my mind faculty was telling, can we hold this? Can we maintain this win? Can we hold this? But Palestinians were coming very, very strong on us towards the end of second half. They wanted to kill us on the transition, which happened. But the beauty of our defense was they had 5 men at all time on transition. And that was like something that need a lot of tactical discipline to do that, which happened.
That's the part that we had problem. We would have trouble holding on to the lead. Whenever the opponent tightened the screw, This generally happens all over the world, all over the club.
Yeah.
So we managed to get it the best outcome from that 20 minutes of onslaught.
Yeah.
No discount for Palestine. They are a very good side. Exactly. They didn't have most of their players, but they are still fighters. Credit go to them. And like you said, this discipline, to get that discipline to hold on. We had 2 short training camp for these 2 matches.
Yeah.
To execute a lot of things, to get result of a short camp. And basically the 2 lineup for those 2 matches, Singapore was a different side and Palestine a different side, all local backline. So there's a lot of things being done, and you said there's a lot of confidence coming from this team, a lot of players settling in. There's no difference, local or foreign-based player, heritage, naturalized player, no such thing. Everyone is pulling their weight. Maybe you can share, Dato', what's actually been happening in that training camp? What's actually Peter Cklamovski have been doing?
Well, basically, I think, to my opinion, from where I stand, I see it's a very healthy environment, right? It's very, very. It's not a rocket science. It's very normal. If a child been put in a healthy environment, educated environment, automatically the chemistry works. You know, you will be like them, you act like them, you behave like them, and you want to show more. But if you otherwise you put them in a not so conducive environment, they will also sink to that environment. So coming back to your question, I think Peter have put everybody in a very conducive environment. Not saying that who is the first 11, who is not playing. Not that, we are not talking about that. The environment itself have put our local players to perform to the utmost performance. We have Quentin Chain from the right.
Yes.
Excellent performance. And local Sabah boy. He's a Sabah boy. He played for Sabah, right? Excellent performance. Who used to do that? McDavies used to do that. But he took over that. He took over that task. Wow. He's a local. So where was the question that we put earlier to say, oh, this transformation is going to be dominated by the neutralization players and the locals have got no chance to play? I think, as I said, it's getting clearer. Peter is proving us wrong. Sorry to say, I was excited. I was happy, but I was not excited when the first announcement was done.
I think
yet to see, But now we could see some light is shining, and there's better things to happen. And we also, it could be 1-0. Doesn't matter the way they've played, the environment they were in. It's all chemistry. Those days we talk about. We are worried about a little bit of technical ability, you know, the way they stopped, they pass into the pace of the pass. We were so worried about that, but that doesn't exist anymore in behind our head. That is like it's a Mustang. It was so much so tactical chemistry. One could understand each other, and they move as a unit. The goal came in.
It's quite interesting because in the first press conference, pre-match press conference, I was in the press conference with Peter Cklamovski, and he said, there's no fixed 11. The best will play. No distinction. Foreign-based player, heritage, naturalized, local. There's no those categories. It's who's the best, they get to play. We didn't have Dion Kools, our Captain Marvel. He's turning into a Captain Marvel. He was not in the match. I was considering, it's going to be tough because his profile as a leader in a defense and transitions is just so good. How are we going to cope? Then, like you said, I totally agree with you. When players like Quentin Chang stepping up, it's no more, like you said, no more ability. It's seamlessly.
Exactly.
It's just stepping up. Moving on from this, how you see in terms of, we have now on a good roll of results, performance, but the expectation grows.
Exactly.
Managing it.
Exactly.
How you see with some of these local boys here, those who played abroad, I think probably the demand of football there, the scrutiny there, they will be better. But these boys are going back to their clubs to play in the M-League. How would they what they need to do to cope?
Definitely, they cannot play the same momentum as that is required by the national team to this state. They have got to step up. They're going to do more. They're going to do more. Now, national team assignment and the requirement is totally different than what you're playing in the club. The surrounding, you have got to do more. And if you do more, probably you will burn out. You will burn out. That is it's not a plus point. It's a minus point for them. So they have got to now manage themselves, their body, their being, so that they've got to do extra, not to expert to. I mean, due respect to the league, and the intensity the league is parading, but they have got to do more. The local boys have got to do more because they know, very sure, they have got good support when they come to national team with their fellow colleagues. They are providing good support.
This is another interesting thing because Cklamovski also I mentioned before. How they do in league will be monitored. I think throughout the world, the coaches will do this. And since he came on board earlier this year, the performance on the players in the M League also you can see there's some sort of spillover effect. There are some quality, some exciting because the few season back a little bit monotonous. So when a national team does well, it's always the other way around. Oh, the league does well, the club's doing well, and then you would see the national team doing well. Now it's the other way around. How healthy is this?
Any which way, as long as we are in the right track. I think that's the standard pyramid. You say you domestically provide good players for the national team. That is the very standard norm that we talk about. It can't be other way around because we don't have this neutralization player. Most of them playing in our domestic league. They are abroad. They are playing for their clubs. So in that score, we can't have them to raise the standard here. Only our locals can raise the standard because they have been attached to their fellow colleagues who playing abroad. So it's not wrong to set the standard from the national team right down rather than from domestic league to right up. So I think it's a fair vice versa thing.
As long as there's progress,
because
as long improvement.
We have local players performing very well against Palestine. For example, I just can say Nazmi Faiz Mansour. He meant the midfield superbly. And knowing him as a person, as a technical man with producing good passes in between line, pocket balls, he did it excellently and he cut the passing line so nicely with so maturity in his game. And I said, wow, this is a local doing this. It's time to head up because I think what contributed is his attachment with the ACL team with JDT. He's being in the team, I don't know, minutes of play he might not get, but the environment needs the payback time. So I say it's no loss. In a way, we must thank JDT for, giving the trust to, put him in this group of players who are going to play in the ACL.
The elite level. I remember you are familiar when he was younger. We know when he burst into the scene, National Under-23 was like just so raw potential and talent. And now it just dipped a bit, lack of chances, opportunities, but he's now having his second win now. Maybe we can see more from him. He's still not that old. He's still intelligent football brain. I think one of the best the country have produced.
I totally agree with you, Rajan. Because if my memory serves me right, when he was playing in the SEA Games, he was called up to come to play the on games. We call him to play the Olympic qualifying match. I think against Bahrain. It was his first game against Bahrain. He took a 25-meter shot. Almost he defeated the Bahrain goalkeeper. So for a young boy with not much experience in this high level, he had so much courage to take a shot from that distance. It was not a fluke. It was he wanted to do. He wanted to take the shot and he had that confidence. But the tip of this finger, the ball went off target. But that was an indication. I still remember I used to talk to him and tell him, that's the stepping stone for you. Always remember this moment. There are many moments to come. And this is the moment. And yesterday, I think he performed very matured, senior level, number 6 or number 8 positions role. Excellent.
We have seen his glimpses of his brilliance. We hope he continues. Hope yesterday's performance gives Cklamovski a more headache because to feed a player
healthy
like
headache.
him, healthy headache. Coach, we have to speak about the two goalkeepers. You are a former goalkeeper. The first game against Singapore, we had Haziq Nadli. Also, his level performance is still one of the best of the country. And then Shihan Hazmi against Palestine to keep a clean sheet. A few years back, Shihan played against Palestine as a 17-year-old debuting. I remember his kicks went half a field at that time.
Yep.
And as a teenager, I was remembering covering the match with my seniors. And we're looking at, wow, 17-year-old can kick more than half a field.
Very true.
And he had some up and down. Now he's back at the level that performing at the level that he is expected. What do you see the competition within these two goalkeepers? How good it is to have these two guys, capable guys, and what would make a difference for these two be our number one?
I think it's a very healthy competition. This competition has got to be maintained because Shihan also, if you put him always in the first 11, a complacency will come. And sometimes he will deplete in his performance. Then when you look back, you don't have a capable replacement. That will be the biggest headache for any coach. So I think we have got a good pool of goalkeepers in the structure. The national team, the under 23, and further down, we have a good pool of players.
Healthy.
Only thing you got to give them playing minutes, and maturity comes. You have Azik. He have shown great maturity in his club and also in the national team. And I think the other third goalkeeper also, I don't doubt his ability. Right, he's a Terengganu boy, I think. Then,
so I think Kalamula. We have suddenly we have 4 or 5
so
national team level.
It's a healthy pool. It's a healthy pool of players, and also it also will keep the number one on toe. That you just need to slip a little bit. The number 2 is just breathing behind your neck, and the third and the fourth. So it's very healthy, and I think they're all showing promising performance, attitude. That's important, attitude. They have right attitude in training. I do check with their trainers. They say they got no problem. They can push. They are pushing to the limit, and I'm also expecting that limit, and I'm seeing that limit. So that's a good remarks from the trainers who worked with them, because they have gone through levels from the low and until they are now there. I think all the other coaches they have gone under them, a lot of praises for them.
Coach, the rotation between two number one goalkeepers, you have cleared that the preparation how a coach will have to, but for these two boys, these two players to you can't see him as a rival. You're seeing him as a rival, but he's not going to keep it healthy. How often should a rotation work, or is there a method to it to make sure both of them are on toe, or is there a strategy from your experience?
It is definitely a strategy. Now you're going to put a goalkeeper in the goal. You also must know what type of profile the opponent's strikers are. Right? Is it a tall striker? Is it good at the turning? And how strong are they on the right, on the left, or the centrally? You have got to look at the opponent, and looking at the ability of the opponent, then you see the ability of the goalkeeper. Is he fast on reflexes? Can he come out from the line quickly? Can he get the area ball done? Can he take quickly on one-on-one? What is he good at? What is he good at? So if this material, like people like, I'm taking going back way back Singapore, Alexander Doric. He turns and then he whacked on the left. But we need to stop that whack on the left. To me, if you were to ask me, I think Farrell Fahmy, Ape is the right person playing against Singapore. Because he knows how to take this type of pressure, this type of shot. Otherwise, Shihan, he made a good block shot. That was like coming off the line, but he took care of the near post. He blocked there, so he's also very quick. Area ball, he fumbled. There was a fumble. It was not a knock, but of course, lots of the game say it's a knock. And then he sat down and took a breather there, but he fumbled. He fumbled because the application of technique, he thought he can go up with a clean shot without a pressure, but they are desperate to get a goal. They come on you, the pressing. Number 9. They put you down. But there was a fumble. It was not a...
He managed it.
So he managed it well. So these are the pro and con. Like, I'm putting, again, Khairul Fahmy. One-on-one, you can't take on him. He's strong on one-on-one. Shihan is big, yes.
Despite short,
yes,
Ape can close the space.
So that's the comparison. But that doesn't mean that Shihan is no good, Ape is no good. They all got their attributes and strength. And you're looking at opponent's ability, you put the right man to block that shot. But generally, you say, okay, technically, we're not going to talk. They have got good attributes. High ball, low ball, carp, scoop, all the techniques they can do. Okay? Carp, scoop, and all those things. but what you are able to do to stop the opponent's ability. That's why analyzing and your SNC, your analyzing team must give you the feedback. Look, this fellow is good
all
at
the
it.
data.
He can take shot on the run. Are you ready to take it on? Because none, you will be caught by surprise.
Coach, these results from these matches are positive. The next 2 matches next month, we are going to play Laos in the qualifiers, Asia Cup qualifiers. How good are we? Coach Peter Cklamovski is a very respectable man. He don't put any opponent down. He said everyone's going to be opponent. But reality, on paper, we know Laos, they're not going to be an easy opponent. But we are expected to get the 3 points against them.
Very true.
Moving to that 6 points in hand situation, what do you think can we expect from the national team?
I think playing at the opponent which you're going to meet after this is going to be definitely tougher than the first 2 matches we have played. Because we went first 2 matches with the expectation we got to do more than the opponent in order to get the result in. But we're going to go in with this, we must go in the same attitude. I said, no, it's on paper, we can take on them. That attitude itself is a 1 step back already. The attitude has got to be the same as like they play against, not so much of Singapore, I would say against Palestine. The right attitude, the right atmosphere, the right feeling, the thing that you want to do and execute. That is the mindset. You got to go. Do respect whoever you play. Right? Do respect, we respect opponent. I mean, I'm sure they have watched us play yesterday. You think they are sleeping? They are doing 3 times more, 4 times more homework to cut who, when, how and where. Who. Lineup might change. Probably, I think it will change because that is also another guessing game for them. But generally, they will study our pattern of play. Then they try to block all those possibilities. So we must go into the game with the open mind as how the same attitude we have against Palestine. Do respect whoever we play.
But coach, knowing Malaysian football fans, you know how Malaysia is. They look at Laos, we have never lost to them we have an excellent record against them. So probably this is a match that we can afford to make experiments, because if we look on paper, 6 points in hand in this game, the one match against Vietnam in the qualifiers next year would be the one that decide who goes to the Asia Cup. So we see experiments in Singapore and Palestine. Result we got, I think there's some result from the experiment as well. Do you see there's still room for Coach Peter Cklamovski to do some experiment? What should be the approach? Yes, we won the win, but what else we can get done in this match?
Well, I would not say it's an experiment, but I think you're moving. It is more to moving the dice. Who goes where? You're moving your chess now, right? Whether it's a right move or a wrong move. Right? If we can see a mirror of Matt Davis in Quentin Cheng, that is a healthy move. People who say, oh, Quentin Cheng performed very well, of course, but there's a mirror of McDavis. McDavis can do the same. But will McDavis been called up and do the same task as Quentin Cheng? That, in that terms, maybe we say experiment. But it's not, for me, it's not experiment. You do the experiment, make sure you success in the experiment, because you are putting your live wire there. If result go otherwise, public will kill us. People in the media like you all will kill us.
We will question.
So these are the common things will happen, but only willing to take that risk to say, oh, it's experiment. Why? It's a risk. You make the wrong mixture, you will explode your science lab. And that is the big price we're going to pay. So for me, I would say you just move around positions, the profiling of the players to play in the right position, the right this one, to give them extra task. For me, I think it will happen. Yes, on paper, due respect to Laos, due respect to them, but they also can raise the occasion.
They are lose, closing the gap.
If the result is otherwise, they even can walk out with the heads up. So what? We put up a good fight. They got nothing to lose. Right? For us, we got everything to count. So I think we got to take these things seriously. So it be you call it experiment or profiling or moving the chest, you better do it right.
So your experiment must produce result.
Exactly.
Calculated results.
It might come with the result. There's no way.
Do you see the team managing, not to say pressure, every match there's pressure, managing the expectation, because now since we beat Vietnam, so the expectation we are there. Even Coach Peter Cklamovski said he is having simulations to play in the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
He shows confidence.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. We are trying to adapt to the playing schedule of Asia Cup.
Yeah.
So, of course, with that kind of planning, the expectation also comes.
Yeah.
So, we have a new group of players with naturalized, foreign-based, heritage, all group of players, local boys, managing them individually, managing them as a team. How you see the condition, the situation, what are going through in their mind, in the team, in the coach mind?
I think Peter, when he came, he knew what he wanted to do. I believe he have done it in a free hand. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, he have done in a free hand, and he managed the entire full professional status players well. It's more of human management. He managed them well. That's why he don't ever fix who is the first 11 and so on. So that itself is accepted and agreed, and they all can work on that type of approach, which is a good sign. I think managing the team, we don't see much. Of course, there's no way that any team will go like sail freely. There will be some hiccups here and there. That comes with the preparation. You got to accept it as it is. Sometimes you got to ignore some criticism. Criticisms are also sometimes healthy. It stirs you to move better and to be in the right platform. But this is okay. It is a healthy thing, Criticism is criticism. Definitely, you cannot please everybody. Even though you win, they say, you only win 1-0. People say, yes, people will not pick on the good things. They say only 1-0 with all this naturalization play. So it is 1-0, but you see the holistic of it, how they play, who is he putting. But it is not easy. Yeah? It's not easy to handle professional players, getting them to blend
short time,
and then the expectation of the public, expectation of the crowd, expectation of the ultras. There's so many things you're obligated to the press, to the people, even for the matter, to the minister, to the prime minister also you got to answer, because he's one of the fan of Harimau Malaya. So you see, it's a domino effect in everything. So I think Peter, thus far, he's doing his level best.
So it's towards the end of our session today. It's always entertaining, exciting to listen to your analytical view of the situation between in the national team or Malaysian football in general. I enjoyed myself. I hope the fans, the listeners will enjoy the session. I hope you enjoyed the session, talking to me after so long.
Time flies very fast. We are already almost at the end of the program. Good.
Again, thanks for making your time, your busy schedule to attend our session today. Take care, Datuk. Have a good week. And for listeners, you can listen to our podcast on Audio Plus, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you.